Thanks so much for being here, Angel. And for those viewing, if you could like, subscribe, leave a comment below, even just right now, down below, check out all Angel's stuff. Thanks so much for being here. We're gonna interview Angel, who's an awesome DJ, aka Boi.
That's me.
Can you introduce yourself and what you do?
Yes, I can. My name's Angel, aka Boi. I am a transgender artist from New Jersey, but now I live in Florida, Daytona Beach to be specific. I'd like to think I am a man of many hats. I work in the event industry, not only from like the production side of things and being like an artist liaison for a music festival. I also like make music. I do like perform sets and stuff, but also I work as a subcontractor for an event company called Hennessy Events. And it's basically doing like balloon art, like making giant balloon sculptures for like Make-A-Wish Foundation, the Jaguars, like stuff like that. We go from like smaller jobs to bigger jobs. And it's just about expressing that happiness of balloons, because who doesn't love balloons? Like balloons just make you so happy. It just brings joy automatically seeing them. But on top of that, the subcontracting part is I do marquee rentals. And marquees are just giant metal letters with light bulbs in them. And I can basically spell out anything and everything. And people love them, especially in Daytona and Jacksonville. Basically, you can spell out anything you want, like I love you, or your last name if you're getting married, or like thank you very much, or just anything and everything. Like we have the alphabet times like 7. So whatever you need spelling, I got it.
That's pretty awesome. I like everything you do. You are a jack of all trades.
I am.
That's very cool. Very important question. What made you want to become a DJ?
Oh wow, we're getting to the hard questions already. I see.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, this is actually like a really long answer, I guess, trying to say. So I feel like for me, music honestly has been like the only consistent thing in my life. It's been the only thing that has been there for me through my good times and my worst times. It's always been there to pick me up when I'm down. And for so long, music meant so much for me. But I had no idea music festivals were a thing, because like I honestly just wasn't in touch with that side of everything. I had no idea that people could go to a music festival and you're just there to listen to the music and have a good time and just heal yourself and just literally just be around a whole bunch of people that appreciate music as much as you do. I didn't know that was anything at all. So when I turned 22, Dover, Delaware, first music festival changed my life. Like I just like gotten out of a 5-year relationship and I was just this broken like 21, 22-year-old kid just trying to figure out where I belonged in life and trying to heal parts of myself were broken, and I needed to just start over essentially. So me going and sitting at a set, like just standing there and seeing this guy on stage just playing music, like not playing the piano, not playing the drums, just standing up there playing music from his heart. It just really like resonated to me. And me looking around and there's people like coming up to me and giving me like little like bracelets and like rubber duckies and lollipops and stuff. It's just like made me feel like I was loved and made me feel like I was a part of something for the first time in my life that was just bigger than myself. And I just felt accepted. And I just remember thinking in that moment, like, I want to make people feel how I feel right now in this moment, feeling loved, feeling like I'm home. And I know none of these people here, but I feel like I can be myself and I can just be silly and I can dance and I can do anything I want in this moment and feel accepted. I think that for me like resonated with me the most. And it was just like after that festival, it was just like I got to try to figure out how to do this. Like what's going on here? How do you DJ? How do you mix music? How do you like beat match and all this stuff? I just had so many questions. But during that festival, I actually met 2 people named Bridget and Mikey. They lived in Florida. I lived in New Jersey at the time, and I met these random people in Dover, Delaware, for like not even like having a full conversation with them. Like it was in the middle like of a set. I saw them, asked them to put some glow sticks in my hair because that's just, I'm silly. Just wanted to go around, just make some connections with people. And by the end of it, I had a massive head of glow sticks, just like powerful and just like so like, I don't know, just myself. And they saw that and they ended up giving me this like massive slinky. Like that was probably like the size of my entire arm. We didn't exchange like any contact information or anything. So the next day I'm walking around by myself. I have this giant slinky, just vibing. And they found me out of thousands and thousands of people. They found me. And apparently like they were really upset that they never got any of my social media or anything. So we immediately changed it. Then we went off on our own ways, like never talked the entire festival, never again, until after the festival. They invited me to their house and they invited me to go to another festival with them. And I'm just like, I could probably get murdered right now. They could probably like kidnap me or something, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Let me just take this risk, go to Florida and hang out with these new people that I just met. And I did. And while I was there, Mikey is actually a DJ.
Oh.
And he had an entire setup. And this was my first time ever being introduced to the actual equipment that you need to be able to be a DJ. So instantly, like, I was like, wow, this is so cool. I want to try. And then that's like where it all started. I ended up going home with his deck. Like, a deck is like basically what you use to mix the music together. He gifted it to me. I ended up moving down to Florida and working for them. They supplied me with a house to live in. They gave me a company car and like all this stuff to be able to work for them because they knew how unhappy my life was in New Jersey. Like, I was literally working manual labor Monday through Friday, laying hardwood floors. Like, that was my life before art and before music. Like, I was just like this blue collar guy, didn't think I could do anything but be like a little, like, I don't even know, like a little construction guy. So you can imagine how like my life just completely changed when I met them and they showed me like there is more to life than being this blue collar guy. Like, I can be me, I can understand who I am and be happy, have a dream, and it means something. Like, I can have a dream to go and play music, and I have people that are going to support me and not make me feel less of myself for dreaming so big. And for the first time in my life, I had that, and I knew like maybe I can be a DJ and play music for people. So all that is what really made me want to be a DJ. It's just making people feel how music made me feel in that one moment years ago. Big
No,
story.
that was a good story. I love that. All right, ready for the next? As we hop in?
Sorry.
Nope. It's,
1 second. 1 second.
okay.
My aunt just got home and I gotta tell her that I'm doing an interview real quick. And my little cousin got home. I'm like, I have a show in Philly this weekend. So I'm actually in Jersey right now, staying with some
Oh,
family. And he just got home and he loves to play. He loves to play. So like he was just really excited. I was like, oh no.
that's okay. We can get through this fast if we need to.
No, we're good.
Okay.
Let's take our time. I feel like I
Okay.
don't if I feel rushed, I'll start getting anxiety and I just want it to be natural and organic.
Okay. I just didn't want any of that time taken away either.
Yeah, no. We're 100% okay.
Next question, shall
Next
we?
question. Let's do
Okay.
it.
Why so open about being a trans DJ?
I guess like I feel like just me as a person, I'm openly trans. Like, I'm not afraid to be who I am. And I feel like that has just carried over into me being an artist. Like, me wanting to be like a role model and me wanting to be a positive like person for people to look up to. Like, I remember just being in high school, being in middle school and not having anyone to really look up to and not knowing what was wrong with me, I guess. Like, thinking I was gay or thinking I was bi and not really realizing like it's not my sexuality that's wrong with me. It's my gender. And just coming to terms with that and being accepting with that. Like, I see so many people in 2004 like wait no 2024 hiding who they are. And it's like 2024 and yet people are still afraid to be who they are. And it's just like, I never want to be afraid of who I am. I want to accept myself and love myself. And hopefully, me loving myself and accepting myself will help other people love and accept me as well. I think that's probably why I'm just so open with being who I am because like I'm not scared of who I am anymore. I'm accepting and proud of who I am. And I feel like it took me so long to get there and I never want to hide who I am anymore. Like, I'm here and I'm queer and I'm out and I'm proud.
And
Yeah.
proud. I forgot to add that portion.
Happy Pride Month.
Proud.
Happy Pride Month.
Very proud too. Part the same community. Oh yeah. That's right. How can
Thanks.
others better support trans DJs?
Honestly, like I feel like it would be kind of the same way as supporting like other DJs, like just like being supportive of them, going to their shows and just being nice and just like genuine. Like, I feel like we need a little bit more extra TLC being trans because constantly in our head thinking like we're not good enough or we'll never be good enough. And it's just like having people come up to you and saying like, you're doing great and keep it up. Like, those will always outweigh my negative thoughts of myself. Is seeing someone and they're like, oh, you're Boi, right? Thank you so much. I had such a great time at your set. Like, thank you for making me dance. Like, that alone makes all of this worth it, is being able to connect with that one person and having them appreciate me no matter what my gender is, no matter what my identity is. It's just being connected with that person in that moment. None of that really matters at that moment.
That makes sense. And the same, but yeah, we need more trans though. TJ's voice is just out there because I've
Yes, we
only
do.
seen one in Florida. I don't remember her name. I wish I did. And then I eventually saw someone else, so that was a total of two trans, and that was much later in time. That was when I lived in Florida. California, I saw zero DJs that were trans,
That's
at least that I knew
crazy.
of that were
Yeah.
open about it.
Hmm.
Zero, because there wasn't anyone saying they were trans. Those two actually said it.
I
Yeah,
feel
there
like
definitely
I
needs to
make
just
it,
be more,
yeah, I
period. There's
feel
not
like,
enough diversity there.
yeah, exactly. Like we need to be heard, we need to be seen. And I feel like it's also like a part of the reason why every time, like before my set, like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm Boy. I'm a transgender artist from Daytona, Florida. Hope you guys are ready to get weird with me. Like just saying something like that in the beginning lets them know, like, whoa, I was not expecting that. Or wow, like he's up there, that could be me one day, or like something like that. Like I don't know, like I just wish I had more positive trans influences in my life growing up and had the resources to understand who I was, because I didn't have any of that. And for the longest time I was just scared of who I was and didn't understand anything. And like not knowing or understanding who you are or what's going on with you like causes like severe depression. And I went through like a very rough part in my life. And it wasn't until like I guess like when I turned like 22, like after top surgery and really like being on hormones for so long and seeing my Adam's apple grow and having all this hair and stuff, it's just like it really helps knowing that that is who you are now. Looking in the mirror, you don't see that person that you used to be. You're like, this is who I was meant to be. It's just
And then do you have a favorite DJ currently?
yes, I do actually. This is hard. I gotta pick one, don't I?
You can pick multiple too. You don't have to just pick
Oh,
one.
nice. So Tin Liquor is an artist. It's a duo. They're probably like my number one. They make like melodic house, techno, progressive house, and they were like the first real EDM music that I listened to that resonated with me and just made me feel like music has never made me feel before. Like, and it's just a weird way to like, I couldn't even explain it to you, but it's like I heard one of their songs and it was just like, this is different. This is amazing. Like I feel so heard and understood right now by these people that I've never met in my entire life. So they're probably number one. I'd say number two, they're not really a DJ, but sometimes they DJ. It's a Rufus Du Sol. It's a
Oh,
group of three guys. Yeah. And I saw them live and it started to rain a little bit. And I literally felt like my soul was coming out of my body. Like I couldn't even explain the euphoric feeling that I felt in that moment. And it's like I've never felt that way towards music than when I listened to Tin Liquor and Rufus Du Sol. Like they just understand me. Like they have all the emotion that I need in a song to feel heard. That it's just like an undescribable feeling. So they're definitely my top two right there.
I've only heard of one of the two you said. Like I know Sophie Tucker and then Lizzie Jane, who I've already
Nice.
told you. My
Mm-hmm.
personal favorite is Lizzie Jane because she's the first that I felt that exact
Yeah,
feeling
and
with.
like it's like you only get that, like you rarely like get that feeling, and when you do get that feeling, like you know that person is special and they're doing something that the universe needs to hear. Like if they're able to make you feel that connective to them during a set of them playing music, like that's their calling. They're meant to do that. They're bringing people together that didn't have a home and making them have a home in that moment in time. Like so many people never get to experience that, and I kind of feel bad for people that never get to experience that feeling that music could make you feel because they don't know that there is other music out there. It's not just rap, it's not just pop, it's not country. Like there are so many genres of music that people have never explored before, and I see it all the time. And it's just crazy how one person could like open your mind to that and bring out those different possibilities that you never thought was imaginable. Like music is so powerful. It's like the best medicine I feel like that there is to offer.
So great. It's very healing. Like with Lizzie
Hmm.
Jane, because where I saw her and where she is from is Florida. And with her, just hearing her music was really healing for me. The first time I ever heard her, it was very healing. And I had heard other music in California and been to mini festivals. So she was my first small town, just getting to know this human
Right.
being that made beautiful very healing music.
And
And
I
she
feel
still does
like,
today too.
yeah, dude. And I feel like getting to know that artist on a personal level, it makes their music better somehow. Like, I don't like knowing that they are human and just knowing that they're just a person makes you like them even more. Like, I don't know, like they're just a normal person like me, and yet they're doing all this amazing stuff. It just makes it like, it makes it realistic. Like, it is imaginable. It is not like you can dream it and it can come true. Like, no dream is too big, no dream is too small. Like, there are people out there living your dream, so why can't you live your dream as well?
Exactly. Well put. Very well put, Angel. Music inspired the music you make.
Okay, well, definitely Tin Liquor, Rufus the Soul, but also adding to the lineup, Enema is like melodic techno goodness. Like, imagine like Space Invaders and your deepest, darkest emotions are going to war with themselves, and like something beautiful is coming out. That's kind of how I like would describe it, if that makes any sense at
That
all.
does. That's actually a
Like,
really good description. I can
it's
imagine
just
that.
like taking the darkness and taking all that emotion and pain and anything that you're feeling and just making it beautiful. That's like me in a nutshell. It's taking my pain, taking my darkness and making it beautiful, and not reminiscing in the darkness and not making that who I am, not being defined by depression or by your trauma. It's just making that a part of yourself and coming to understand it and making it beautiful.
Sorry, I had a paranoid moment.
Is the kitty still alive? I
Yes,
know
the
he's under
kitty
the blankets right
moves
now.
and now is attacking from the blanket. So I feel better now.
Just little,
I just get paranoid with the layers because I never let
right?
my babies go under like this.
He's snuggly, lugly, bugly.
Yeah, he's alive, thankfully, and attacking the blanket. So we're good.
Alive and well.
Alive and attack. I
Making
do
them
get more
biscuits.
paranoid. Now he's really attacking things. Okay. Anyways, now I'm getting super sidetracked. Anything you would like to share on your journey to becoming your true self?
Well, it's definitely not going to be easy. You're going to cry a lot, feel the darkest you have ever felt in your entire life. You're going to feel some confusion, but the most important thing is to not give up and to know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to work for it. It sucks, but being trans, you do have to work a little harder than cis people because you weren't given that privilege, I guess you could say. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with you. Your feelings are valid. It's okay to feel how you feel in that moment. Just know like things will change and things will turn around and you will love yourself eventually. It's going to take time and it's not something that can happen overnight. And I'm still working on it. And I've been on testosterone for like 6 years now. I have top surgery and everything, but that will never make the gender dysphoria go away. And it's just learning how to cope with that and deal with that and not let it affect your everyday life is just like probably the most important thing you can understand about it, is like giving up on your dream of being who you are and being happy in your skin. Like, that is so important and it's going to take so long and you will get there, but you might not. And it's just like something that you can't control. Like, some days are going to be better than other days. And you have to accept those good days to appreciate, like, you have to accept the bad days to appreciate the good days. Cause like, it's not always going to be bad. But when you have those good days about yourself and you're feeling confident and you're like, oh man, like this is me, this is my body, I love myself. Like, it makes like having those good days so much worth it because you worked for that and you did that all by yourself. Like, you became the person that you wanted to be by yourself. And that is going to take time. And don't feel rushed in becoming who you want to be. Don't let anyone try to dictate who you are, because at the end of the day, like, your happiness and who you are and how you're feeling on the inside is the only thing that matters. I think my biggest thing is just be patient and understand and get to know yourself and know what is really important to you in your life and just make yourself happy, because no one is going to make you happy but yourself. Like, that is the biggest thing. Like, your self happiness and your self love comes within. You can't expect people to give that to you. And I think just, I don't know, just be patient with yourself and love yourself. Love every version of yourself. Love your body, love your mind. Because at the end of the day, like, the only person that's really going to love yourself is yourself. Like, you can't expect that self-love from your partner, from your parents, from your family. Like, it's going to come within. And when it does, it's a feeling that is so undescribable. And it's just probably one of the best feelings you could have about yourself, is feeling comfortable in your skin, even if it is for a moment in time, even if it is just one day at a time. Like, I just hope people are able to feel that way at least once in their life and understand that feeling and be able to live with that, because it's not easy. It's not easy being trans, and there's going to be rough times, like a lot of the times, but it's just like knowing that you are strong and you're loved and people see you for who you are. Like, don't forget that. Don't forget that, yes, you're different, but like, you're still loved, and it doesn't matter that you're different, because at the end of the day, you're still a person and every person deserves love. Probably one thing I've learned most about this journey of self-love and just being trans.
As long as it's not the toxic self-love. Just want to make
Yeah,
sure
no,
there's
no,
a
no, no.
differentiation. There is a
Yeah,
toxic version
there
of
is a
that,
yes,
such as Twin Flames
exactly.
Universe. I'll just refer to
Yes.
that so people know there is such thing as a toxic self-love,
Yeah,
but the one that
100%.
Angel's talking about is the non-toxic one.
Definitely the non-toxic one.
Yes. This is the accepting your true self
Yes.
that no one's pressured you to be. This is
Yeah,
the actual
exactly.
you.
Exactly. It's not feeling like you have to be some way for someone else. Is you feeling you need to be that way for yourself. Like no one else can tell you who you are. You have to tell yourself who you are. Like you can't like expect someone to have all the answers for you, because at the end of the day, no one has the answers you need but yourself. And it's going to be a learning process. You're going to have to figure it out. But like the only person that holds the answers to your life is yourself. Like that is the only like you can get advice from people or anything, but none of that really matters if you're not feeling that advice. Like you're the only person you can really like, I don't know, like I don't even know what I'm trying to say here.
What you're saying is
Yeah.
good and healthy compared
Yeah,
to
yeah.
The only reason I did the differentiating thing is so people know. I do say it in another video too. There is such thing as a toxic self-love, but there is such
100%,
thing as the
100%.
non-toxic.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and it's very important for people to understand those different self-loves, because one is just a recipe for chaos and self-destruction.
Yes, and the other is a good one that you're talking about, that there is hard times, especially being trans, which is true, because I am cis. I have to get reminded that I'm cis because I forget that. But for cis, it's not as hard. I fully agree with that, but being part of the community period makes things not as easy,
100%,
especially
100%.
law-wise. I know it's all right now towards trans, but laws are starting to get into place for more too, and just existing. But right now what's in place is mainly trans, which sucks.
Yeah, like
but
especially in Florida, dude. Like it's crazy.
Florida's
It's
the worst.
crazy. It's crazy living there and being who I am, and just like you're never okay with the laws that the governor is passing, and you're just like, what am I doing here? What like? But then it's like you remind yourself, like if you're not here, it's just gonna get overrun with all the bad people that are making it this bad. Like so important for us to get out there and vote, because we can't keep living like this, especially our generation in Florida. Like things have got to change really soon. Like, oh man, Florida, go Florida. Yay. Yay, Sunshine
Florida.
State.
Florida sucks.
Yeah, Florida, that's
how I personally feel until their laws change. Florida sucks. But anyway, I did live there for 2 years, or maybe it was a year. It was either a year or 2 years.
Were you like north, south, central?
I'm gonna go with south, but I'm probably wrong. I was in, well, I can't even remember the name of the area I was in. It was like small town, very small, and I was walking distance away from everything.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah,
We
I think it
love
was south.
not using cars.
What?
We love not using cars.
Yes,
like if I could
did use a
walk and
car
not
for a
have to
bit.
drive, that's amazing.
Yeah, I didn't have to. I didn't have a car anyway, so I wouldn't be able to. But here's a really important one. Why are pronouns important?
I like this question. For me, I feel like pronouns are important because it's like a sign of respect for that person, like a sign of understanding that person. It's just making that person feel seen or heard, even if they are just cis and going with she or he or just whatever. It's just like a sign of respect for me. I think that's why pronouns are so important to me. Like even now, like if I get misgendered, which is weird considering, you know, all of this,
Yeah.
it does hurt. It does make you feel a little like bitter. It does make you feel a little something, but it's like you can't hold that against a person. I'm trying to teach myself that, but sometimes it's like, come on, like I'm respecting you, and it's always so important to ask. Like I always ask, like, hey, like, what's your pronouns? Like, nice to meet you, Angel, he, him. And it's just like I feel like a lot of people don't realize how important that is, or how a simple pronoun could change the way a person is feeling. If that makes any sense.
It does, honestly. With me, at least, to go into the pronouns example, I actually have a children's book. I wish I brought the book so I could show you it. A children's pronouns book that is based off of pronouns and non-binary and everyone.
Like
but
I love that. Like
with
teach them
me,
young.
yeah, but with me, if
Teach 'em
someone
young.
calls me he, him, which I have, but that tends to be by children, which I always have to remind myself children don't know the difference.
Yeah, that's like the one exception.
Yeah. With me, I get, because of my time in the cult, the he,
Hmm.
him still sometimes rubs me the wrong way, even though
Yeah,
I know it's not
absolutely.
literal.
Hmm.
I sometimes take it literally and it hurts me too. So I understand the getting
Yeah.
pronouns wrong. I'm she, her. And I
Hmm.
know anyone who's non-binary, they, them, how important that is.
Yeah,
And
100%. And it's just like a sign, like, I don't know, I feel like it's low key like a love language too, like just respecting that person and respecting who they are, like showing you care and that it doesn't matter. Like, it's just for me, like, it's just a giant sign of understanding and wanting to make that person feel comfortable because I like never want to be a person to make anyone feel uncomfortable. And if I am, like, I need to reevaluate my entire life.
well, exactly. Yeah. With me, I always forget to do the asking. I go by default automatically, which is they, them. Unless I
Hmm.
ask, I just
But
go
that's great though.
default
No, that,
automatically.
yeah, that is great. That is like a great way to think of it because sometimes you really like, you never know. And they, them is always the safest pronoun, I feel. And like eventually, like if you do ask them later on, they'll be like, oh, if they didn't like it, they'll let you know. And you just have to apologize and be respectful and continue to try. Like I get it, like messing up a few times when it's a new pronoun to you. But as long as you're showing that person that you're trying to use the correct pronouns and you're trying to be better, I think that's like more that outweighs the negative emotion that they're making you feel is knowing that they're trying their hardest to really understand and use the correct pronouns because they do respect you. They're just having a little difficulty trying, like especially like with the older generation, like a lot of the older people in my family, like seeing me grow up as a female versus now me being away from my family for 5 years. And now I'm like, man, it's very hard for them to erase this image of this like little girl with pigtails. So it's like you have to try to be understanding, but to a certain point, like it hits a lot sometimes. It's a lot. And as long as they're trying, like that's just the most important thing to know for yourself. It's like, yes, I feel sad, but they're trying to understand. They're trying to make you feel better. It may not be as instantaneous as you want it to be, but it will happen eventually.
Yeah, exactly. And time is important, especially, I guess, to family members too,
Mm-hmm.
in general. I know
100%.
that some older generations, in my personal experience, some are more accepting, some aren't as accepting. It's
Mm-hmm.
interesting depending on the generation that you are
Yeah,
talking
right.
about in the moment. And then there's like Generation Z and X. X is like completely different from Z. So it's we got generations, baby,
Right. We
that
got a
are very
whole lot
different.
of generations, and they're
Because
all so
X, I
different too.
feel, is just mixing up language and not fully, like, they accept, but
Hmm.
they also don't have an understanding, not even basic understanding. It's just
Yeah.
there. And then Z definitely is accepting with an understanding.
Hmm.
So it's interesting to see that change.
Yeah, 100%. Especially because like people have like never really like we've never really been like the LGBT community, I feel like is becoming more seen and more vocal. And it's like back in the day, like we were literally like forced to hide who we were and scared to be who we are and open about it. And now it's like, why are we scared? Why are we afraid that people won't accept us for who we are when we know there are people out there that will accept us for who we are, yet we're hiding and ashamed of ourselves? Like that's just crazy to me. Like how we're slowly making progress to being like a place where everyone feels loved and everyone feels safe, but it like we're not there yet. But I hope one day we do get there as a country, like one day, one step at a time though.
Yeah, I hope we get there too. Right now, I feel like we're going backwards, but we're also a
Yeah.
little bit taking like half baby steps forward, but we're
Yeah,
pretty backwards right
it's
now.
like one step back, half step forward. Wait, two steps back. All right, how about half a step forward again?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's going on. It's very confusing because we're like
Right.
kind of making progress and then not at all. And then,
Dude,
oh, we're
it's
so
so
close. Nope.
confusing. Yeah, right. And it's just like, oh, actually, we're so far. Joke's on you for thinking we were close.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be great if, yeah, we could actually move forward instead of backwards.
Yeah, 100%.
And then where can everyone find you on
Ooh,
social media?
my biggest thing that I use right now is Instagram. So Instagram, it's at boy.ofc. That's my handle. You can find like in my bio, you'll see like my links attached to it, like my SoundCloud. My Spotify isn't attached to it yet because I'm still in the process of working on my new EP. So once that's released, that's going to be released on all major platforms. So really excited for that. Two songs
Yeah, I'm excited
down,
for that
one
too.
more to go. Yeah.
That's gonna be
So that's
great.
just, yeah, I know. I'm like so excited for it. We're already like talking about like going up from Florida to Philly, like just having friends all over, being able to perform in different states is like so, I guess, important to me to just be heard all over instead of just being a local DJ. I want to be more like, yes, I'm cool with being this local DJ from Florida, but I feel like I want to spread more of a message than a lot of the people are doing right now, because a lot of people are just like party, party, party. I'm playing to get drunk. I'm playing to just make money and all that stuff. And it's like, I want to do something different with my music. I want to take a different approach, kind of like I don't want to be known as this party guy, like especially with my age. I'm 24, and a lot of DJs my age, that's all they do. It's just like they don't really care about the message that they're giving, the brand that they have. They're more concerned about how can I get girls to like me, and how do I get people to think that I look cool and all this stuff. And it's just like this whole like, oh, this whole thing that I don't want to be a part of. And it's very hard starting off as a DJ and trying to break away from that, because it's like me, I want to do more things. Like I have a show this weekend, and not next weekend but the week after that, at a like really fancy cocktail bar in Daytona, Florida. And it's like that's the demographic that I kind of want to play for. I want to play for like people that are a little bit mature and understand the music that I'm playing, and not necessarily there to just get drunk and I don't know, like have a rager. Like I kind of want to try to avoid that if I can. And it's very hard nowadays, because to get my name out there, I kind of have to do both. I kind of have to be flexible and play for people music that I don't necessarily want to play, but music that I still like. So it's like right now I'm all over the place doing a whole bunch of different stuff.
And where are those venues too, so people can find you at those venues
Yeah.
whenever you play them?
So this weekend I'm out in Philly. Well, I'm in New Jersey right now. I'm playing on a yacht. It's
Oh,
the Ben Franklin yacht or something like that. Super cool. My first show in Philly, actually. I've been in Florida for the past 2 years working on like building myself up. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. Never been on a yacht before or played on a yacht before, so this is gonna be a new experience for me for sure. And then July 6th, I'm playing in Daytona Beach, or is it Ormond? They're super close together. I always get it mixed up, but it's back in Florida. It's called Mama Fufu's. It's an amazing venue. Also, they serve like really, really, really good food. Like I'm talking about like the best steak and chimichurri you'll probably ever have.
ooh.
And it's amazing because those places like that I'll play at will feed me and will give me food and make me feel good. And then I'm ready to rock and roll for a set. And it's like that is what I value. Like just people appreciating you for playing music for them. It's just like I don't need money. I just need you to, I don't know, just tell me I did a good job. Like to say, hey, I like your music, or give me a steak or something. Like I'm not doing this for payment. I'm doing this to just spread love and to share my message and to share my music with people. And I feel like nowadays everyone's just like, I don't know, it's just very hard right now trying to grow yourself and grow your brand without being affiliated with everything else in life right now because of your age. It's just very kind of discouraging sometimes too.
Well, this just makes me want you and Lizzie Jane to actually meet each other so badly, because she actually has her podcast too, the Lizzie Jane podcast, where she does
Mhm.
interviews of DJs. But on top of that, I'm gonna have to totally message her and also tag and email her.
Yeah, dude, I would
I don't
love
have her
that.
personal number, but I do at least
Hmm.
have her personal email, and I can reach her through
Yeah,
IG because that's our number one way of speaking together. But
for sure.
she
I would love
like
to get in contact with her.
yeah, you guys are
Just
like same level, and I love humans at the same level. Yes, you guys
mhm.
do musically different areas, but you also both do the same thing of everywhere.
Yeah, it's
So
just
you
like
guys
all
need
about
to
like,
meet. She can help
yeah,
you
let's
so
do it. Like
much. You need
it's
to
all about
meet.
like uplifting the scene and just uplifting people and being positive, because like right now the EDM scene is just filled with so much darkness that people forget that there is light in it. Like I feel like people hear EDM and they think of like drugs, alcohol, and sex and like all that stuff. And it's
Yeah,
like
not true though.
it's not true at all. Like
No,
the EDM scene
sadly.
is about love
Well,
and
not so.
flirt and respect and like
Yeah.
just
And dancing
kindness. Yeah, literally,
and
it's about
healing
me
and just,
going and dancing my ass off and get rid of all of that negative energy that I have and just feeling like I belong somewhere for once in my life, even if it is for like 4 hours. Like that's what it's about. It's therapeutic. It's like it's just home, I feel like, and it's hard
yeah.
to make people understand that if they haven't ever experienced it, because someone could talk all they want, but until you physically are in the space and you experience that love and that kindness, like you'll never really fully understand. I feel like I could talk about it all for hours and hours, but people will like be like, I don't even know what you're talking about, dude. What are you talking about? And I'm just like, you just got to come, please, just come one time.
Yeah, you just got to. Like,
You
I
just
was
got
scared
to.
when I was first getting into the scene, and this was, when did I first get into it? I think it was like 2017 or 2016 that I
Hmm.
first started raving, but I was scared because of the stereotype of it's just
Yeah,
all drugs and blah, blah, blah.
yeah,
It's
literally,
not. There's like
like
good, genuine
literally.
humans. There are some DJs
Yes.
I really don't like and could care
Hmm.
less, but there are
Yeah,
some that
but
are
it's all
good
about
humans,
the,
such as yourself.
yes, the genuine people that you meet along the way make this journey worth it, because you're just genuinely meeting your people. You're meeting people that are just like you, lost and afraid and not understood. And then you meet them in a place that's filled with love and music, and you're like, wow, like that person over there, they're there by themselves, but they're having a great time. I'm gonna go up to them and say hi and how's it going. I'm gonna give them a little trinket, like stuff like that. Like that is what this community is about. It's just seeing someone in their element and not making them feel weird for dancing and just being like, wow, like I love you, you're great, I don't know you, but I love you, here's this rubber ducky, have fun, I'm leaving. Like just moments like that is what makes this all worth it to me. It's just seeing those interactions in the crowd and seeing that person that was all alone in the back face just light up because someone saw them and just saw them for them and loved them anyway and thought it was amazing and just wanted to go up to them and say, wow, you're amazing, I love you, you're so happy, your outfit looks amazing, you're beautiful. And it's just like stuff like that is what makes me feel good, like about this scene. And it's like people don't see that side of it because they have never experienced it. And it's like that is the important side of it. That's the only part that really matters. Like,
Exactly.
whew.
Like Lizzie Jane, I met her because she is a little bigger now, not like huge, but
Mm-hmm.
she is a little bigger. Her podcast is bigger than her music right now, but she started that in 2020, her podcast. But she, like, I met her first as a human. We just talked randomly through IG. That's how my
Yeah,
interaction went with her of, oh, we're just talking. And
we're
I
just
didn't know
people.
she was a
Yeah,
DJ until I looked at her profile. And then I went to one of her first things from there. And then we actually met in person.
I
And
love that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was just cool. And then we friended. Never got the personal number, which is fine. I don't need that because that's
Not
awkward.
yet, not yet, you haven't
But
got it yet.
but yeah, she still is a great human being, and that's all I see her as. Because I was new to the whole culture when I first met her, and everyone was like,
Hmm.
"Oh," and
A
thinking of her as a
baby.
god, and I just can't do that. I just see
Hmm.
humans, and she's a great
Yeah, dude,
human,
that's
period. Just
like
like you're a great
another,
human,
yeah,
period.
like another like part of my work. Like I mentioned before, like I'm an artist liaison. I'm not sure if you're really familiar what that means.
I'm not at all. You
So
should explain it.
basically, yeah, so basically, like for the festival that I help run, I'm the point of contact for every artist on the lineup. So
Oh,
every DJ, every musician, like I'm showing them around the festival. I'm making them feel comfortable. I'm making sure they have all their rider needs fulfilled, which is basically like a list of amenities they need to feel comfortable playing. I don't know, like a bottle of tequila, some Cheez-Its, like stuff like that. I make sure they know where everything is. If they have any questions or any concerns, they come to me. And I love that part of it because I'm able to meet all these artists and musicians and become friends with all of them. And like, it's just, it makes it easy to understand that we're all just people. Like, we're literally just people. Like, this guy just wants Cheez-Its on stage with him. Like, that's so funny. Here, have some Cheez-Its. Like
Cheez-Its
what?
are good. So
Yeah,
honestly,
right,
I would go
right.
for, well, flaming hot Cheetos in my case, but
Ooh, yes. Oh my God, dude, I literally went to Wawa and silly me, I decided to get the Buffalo hot Cheetos because I was like, I've never seen this before. They're probably so good. They were gross. Never buy them. They're not good.
that's
Flaming
hilarious.
hot
They're
only.
gross.
With the lime, maybe, but Buffalo is out. Never try
Yeah,
it.
no, I couldn't do buffalo. I like flaming hot, like when they do extra flaming hot too. Like I haven't
Ooh.
found flaming hot Cheetos that meets my, I guess, ability of heat. Not yet, at least. I can
So how are you
handle.
on like Takis? Do you like the Takis or nah?
I love Takis. I do
Yes.
love them, but they're
Yes,
overly
yes,
crunchy,
yes.
so sometimes I can't have them just due
Ooh.
to the overly crunchiness. So if
Especially
they
if you
made a
like have
softer,
too many of them, like it starts like grinding up on the teeth, like the roof of your mouth and
yeah,
stuff.
it,
Like
it
they're
it's
really country. It's like the
they are,
tortilla
but
chip
they're
in
so
them,
good.
the flavor. They need to just make like the dust of it. Just start drinking the
They do have
dust.
Takis dust. You can get the
Wait,
blue and the
really?
red.
No way. I'd put
Yes.
that on everything.
I
That
just
sounds
don't know where
amazing.
it's sold, but I know it exists. I've seen it on TikTok.
I saw like a little unrelated, but they sell like the cinnamon toast crunch like cream now, like or the seasonings for it, which I think is crazy because who would have thought of that?
That's awesome, though. Oh my gosh.
Right?
Okay, before we both get overly sidetracked,
Like we are right
um,
now.
I'm gonna do the ending of this, which is first, thank you for being here, Angel, aka Boy. Please check
Thank
out
you for
everything
having
Boy
me.
does and go see Boy wherever Boy goes down below ASAP. Check out all the music and listen to it constantly, especially when it's on Spotify when your
Oh
EP
yeah,
comes out.
please
Do you have a
do,
date
please
for it when it
do.
comes out?
So not yet.
Okay.
The last track is like it still needs to be like mixed and mastered, so it takes a lot of time to do that to make it how you want it. So I'm kind of shooting for January,
Okay.
but maybe not, maybe sooner. But January right now is the date we're like set on the month. So I'm hoping drop the EP at the festival that I helped run and everything, but we'll see. Everything's up in the air. I haven't even pitched it yet, but we'll figure it all out.
We'll pay attention for Angel, aka Boy's EP. Please, once you follow all over social media on Boy's account on IG and like and all the stuff you do on IG. And thanks so much for
Perfect,
being here,
perfect,
everyone.
perfect. Thank you for having me. This was great.
Thank you. And then like, subscribe, and you can check out even my interview. I guess I'll leave it up here with Sammy. Everyone, please subscribe. Trying to get to the partners program. I'm going to
hmm
repeat that again now in these videos.
Copy the
So
link and post it everywhere.
do what Angel just said. And thanks so much for being here. Embrace your truth, tell your story. I have a story to tell. You have a story to tell. Thanks so much for being here. Till next time, bye everyone.
Bye. We did it. We did it. Yay. We really did it.